Hello guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm talking about some possible Transformers, Earthrise, and Select figures that we might be getting. Now, I want to clarify that these are all rumors. I did find these on a Facebook page it's called Vector Sigma, so you can find everything on there. I will not post the images on here in case they are leaks. I don't want to get in trouble, but I will link them down in the description below. Anyways, the first image that I want to take a look at is actual images of what we could potentially be getting. Most likely is Transformers Earthrise Lynx, which we've already known about beforehand, a Titan class Scorponok, which again we already know beforehand, two Masters, and a couple of the Micromaster sets, as well as two of the deluxes are listed here, but they are pretty much the same deluxes as we've known previously, which is Wheeljack and Ironworks. Now, for the Micromasters, I want to mention that one of the packs is something that we already know. It's the Big Daddy and Trip Up set. However, it's the other one, which seems to be the Astro Squad. Now, we already knew that we were going to get an Astro Squad as well. But this pretty much confirms which configuration it's going to be, and it's going to be the space shuttle configuration, because we had like a rover and some other thing. It was kind of like a set of 3 vehicles that could combine from 2 Micromasters into 1 vehicle, so in a total you would have 6 Micromasters. But because Micromasters come in 2 packs, this is just going to be 2, so it's going to be 1 of those sets. So that's pretty cool. We also see more of the Masters, and they seem to be much like the shield forms from the first Master that we got for Earthrise. I don't know any of the names, but one of them kind of looks like a tiny version of Onslaught, so I kind of like that. And then the other one has wings on it, if you're into that. But again, they seem to form some sort of shield setup. But the one does have guns, so maybe it'll be a different type of thing. But it makes sense. You know, the first one was kind of like this bridge to connect a lot of these other bases, so I guess they're continuing with that. Now, this could be the very first image that we get of the Titan class Scorponok, and I gotta say, from the tiny image that we could see of Scorponok, it looks really good. I like how big he is. I like the giant claw arms, of course, classic to Scorponok. I like the fact that we are getting a pure Titan class city Scorponok. That's not just like a tiny Scorponok like in the movies or in the Robots in Disguise universe or something like that. It is a full-on Scorponok. Of course, it does have the base mode, and it looks really good. I really want to see that in person. And it does have the little guy, of course. And then we also have the Scorpion mode, which is going to be amazing. That thing looks just mind-blowing. And then we also have Lynx. Now, Lynx, I'm not sure if it's going to disconnect to make the 2 forms. I'm kind of hoping that it does. It looks like it does, because it also looks like the 2 forms seem to combine to make another alt mode, which is the shuttle and then this kind of platform thing for the bottom section. I'm hoping they do separate, because the alt mode doesn't look that great. I get where it's coming from, it just looks a little too clunky for me. But I do like that new city mode that's been added to it, or station mode. I think that looks fantastic. And of course, the animalistic robot mode looks fantastic as well. It looks a lot better than that original Combiner Wars figure. Because, let's be honest, it's not that great. It was also a Voyager class toy, which really wasn't fitting for the Lynx figure, so this is pretty good. And then in another post by the Vector Sigma page, which I'm not sure if these are legit, although one of the names might be, because we did have a rumor for this, which is the Voyager class Megatron, but this one also has an additional bit of information. It could be based on the G2 Megatron. Now, we kind of already had that with the Titans Returns, but I imagine this was, or not Titans Returns, with the Selects line, but I imagine that this is going to be more closer to that G2 tank, not just maybe a repaint. I mean, it still could be, but I'm hoping for a brand new mold, because I think that would be pretty awesome, especially if they're going to do G2. And then we also have Thrust, which I thought that we would get the Coneheads. It's about time, and with that new Seeker mold, it's much like the classics, so I think they can work around getting the cone heads out of this line, and I think that's much better to do than Thundercracker and Skywarp right away. Not only that, we got some repaints in the Deluxe class lineup that's been listed. The first one is Grease Pit, which is inspired by an original Micromaster base setup, and it's going to be much like the Ironworks set. In fact, it's going to be a repaint of the Ironworks, as listed here. Or at least it's probably going to be. And then also Exhaust, which is originally a repaint of the Wheeljack, so I like the fact that they're using that mold for a more obscure repaint and not just Trax like they did for Reveal the Shields. I mean, I would like a Trax, but I kind of want Trax to have his own mold. So I think Exhaust is a good choice to go for. I think that I'm more excited for that, and that's going to be awesome if this is true. And then moving on, we also have a bunch of Generation Selects figures. Now, the first one I'm going to mention is Roritchi, Fastback, aka Black Zarek, you know, whatever that is. Basically, it's, I think it's the one that originally went with Scorponok. I think it might have went with the black version of Scorponok, or the dark repaint. I can't remember. I honestly lost track of all these repaints. Anyways, so it could potentially be that. There's also another name here that I'm not sure about. It could mean anything to me. But the other three are interesting. The first one is Rotorstorm. Now, Rotorstorm, I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be a repaint of the Spinister, because usually the Generation Selects line is mostly consisting of repaints. And if it is, I'm fine with that. I would have liked Rotorstorm to have a different mold, but that's fine. You know, if Spinister is going to turn into Rotorstorm, I'm alright with that. And then there's Hubcap, which could be a potential repaint of the Cliffjumper. I think that makes a lot of sense. I prefer that over the Bumblebee. I would totally be okay with a Hubcap figure. I think we needed a Hubcap. We never got that with the Legends class lineup, with Titans Returns, Combiner Wars, and whatever. So I think the potential of having Hubcap is awesome. And I definitely want that. And last but not least is Hothouse, which could potentially be a remold of Airwave. Now, we already know that we're getting Airwave in the Deluxe class mainline. We had the rumors of the name come out. So yeah, much like the listed here Grease Pit, it's going to be originally a Micromaster that's going to now transform into a base, which I'm totally fine with. So pretty much that's it. What do you guys think with the information we've got? Again, these are just rumors. I'm not saying these are totally confirmed, but what do you guys think? If these are confirmed, are you guys excited for this? Please comment below, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads, and I will see you guys next time.